Good afternoon, Lake Erie Council. It's me, Jarrod, your Firelands Camp Director, and I am here today with you for an extra special program for all of our Scouts. For our Cub Scouts, we're doing some indoor shelter building, which I'll be able to demonstrate today. And then we'll be posting a video on great outdoor wilderness survival shelter building for our Scouts BSA Scouts. So while you are doing your scouting at home programs, this is a fun way to keep your skills sharp for when we do our camperall, or for when you're working on your wilderness survival merit badge, or for your camping programs. So for our Scouts BSA folks, unfortunately the weather hasn't been great today, so we won't do a live demonstration of that shelter building, but some things you want to keep in mind are good structure for your shelter. Make sure it's not too big so that you don't have to heat your shelter too much. You want it small to conserve the amount of heat that it takes to keep your shelter warm throughout the night. You want to think about comfort so that when you're laying on the ground, you're insulated, one, from the ground being cold, but also insulated off the ground a little bit so you can stay nice and warm, or stay nice and comfortable. But you also want to do some layering with your shelters, and that's layering your structure, your foundation of sticks, but also using some sort of insulation layer like leaves or pine branches to make sure that you've got a good seal against the outdoor elements. Again, we'll be posting a video of some good tips for building a shelter. But let's turn the video over to our indoor shelter for our Cub Scouts, and everybody of all ages can get in on this as well. Our cat Alavander here decided this was his sport, so we're going to have to do a little bit of reconstruction. But there are 3 things you want to keep in mind for your indoor shelters as well. We got those here. Number 1, you want to get in there? I thought so. Number 1, you want to think about structure. Number 2, hello Finn. You want to think about headroom, that's where you need to be. And number 3, about the comfort level in your shelter. So I'm going to take the phone here, and we'll see if we can get Finn to be a little bit quieter throughout this as well. So let me give you a little tour about our indoor shelter that we built. Of course, you want to get your tools of the trade, which are your blankets, your furniture, and you want some things that can be moved around as well. So you can see we've got some stools here, and then a special tip is to use your vacuum, which can be placed anywhere you want and is freestanding. That's really important. That way you can put it where you need to and give yourself, again, a little bit more height for that headroom. All right, we're thinking about where we want our entrance to be. So you can see our hidden entrance right here. It goes in underneath, but then you can also see that when you look out the entrance, you've got a nice view of the outdoors. Yes. Our dog would like to be part of it as well. Go on, Finn. He thinks it's pretty cool. So some other tools of the trade that you want as well. We found that these clips can be super helpful. So you might use these to keep chip bags closed, or other uses in the kitchen, but they are wonderful for keeping your shelter put together. So you can clip the blankets onto your furniture or clip them together. For example, trying to get the blanket attached to this chair here is kind of difficult because it's such a wide piece of wood here. So instead I wrapped the blanket around and then clipped it together to give it, again, that good structure. All right, now let's think about headroom. So going inside our fort, hi cat. I will flip my camera around here. You can see when I'm sitting on the ground, I've got plenty of headroom, so I don't have to scrunch down to stay inside my fort, but it's not so tall that it really gets in the way. And then finally, our comfort level. You can see we've got nice, warm, comfortable blankets covering all around us. We've also put a rug down on the ground so it's not a hard ground. Then the final touch, you'll want definitely some pillows in there. So if you have any overnight activities like watching your TV or watching any movies, you've got something to rest your head as well. So we'll grab a couple pillows, throw them in there, and then we'll finish up with the structure here, putting the last couple touches on our indoor fort. All right. So here's one pillow. Here's another one. Now let's put the finishing touches on. We want to cover this all up so we've got a full shelter. Don't want any of the outdoor elements getting in. So we throw that blanket over top. We want to cover down this entrance here. We could lift that up later if we're doing a movie night. That's looking pretty good. I'd love to hear your comments and see if you have any suggestions on your indoor forts that you like to do. So you can put those in the box below. We've got our clips. Let's get those clipped in here so we can have some good structure. I'm going to clip these two blankets together. I've got a little skylight here, just for looking at the fake stars. And I'm going to cover up any other entrances so that if we have any guests, they go in the main entrance. And how do we know that we're going to have some guests? We want to make sure that they feel welcome as well. So we've got our welcome sign to go right over the front door. There we are. I think I saw one small spot that we have to cover up down here still. Miss Beviarbro says she likes the dog bone. I'm sure Finn will be a big part of this fort. He seemed to enjoy it already. All right, let's give you a little tour. We're going to go in the entrance here. You got to get down and crawl in. Pets are welcome as well. And I think I'm going to maybe take a little nap after a long day and take a look up through my skylight. Well, thanks for joining me today for our skills demonstration on indoor shelter building. I'd love to see your shelters that you make at home and sharpen your skills before being part of our Camper-All on April 25th, where all scouts are welcome to participate in camping activities from around the country and around the world. So I'd love to see your hammock camping, your tent camping, your indoor shelter camping, whatever kind of camping you can do at your own home, and be part of all the great activities. So thanks for joining me. Stay home, stay safe, and share your pictures with us on our Facebook page or other social media using the hashtag #ScoutingAtHome. Bye, everybody.